I think the rate hike was expected. It's only the quantum of hike, I think, which was, I think, slightly surprised because there were a lot of rumor about 35 basis point increase will happen. And this is the third hike what RBI has done. And obviously, looking at the kind of inflation what India is going through, so I think this was something which was very much on the expected line. And definitely, this will have some temporary impact, I think, on the financials of the company, especially the company which are sitting on a lot of debt or they are liquidity. There'll be some mark-to-market losses which will come on the companies, with the investment portfolios or with the BFSI space. But I think overall, looking at the kind of inflation what India is going through, I think this was something which was required. So I think in the long term, we think this is something which will be helpful for the economy as a whole. So I think, as you know, last 6-7 quarters have been quite. I would say the headwinds have been very very strong. I think you've seen the kind of inflation which is unprecedented in the country, and it's actually happening globally because of the geopolitical situation, the war situation which emerged. And the last quarter, especially in March, April, you saw the inflation and commodity price really peaking out. So actually, there are some headwinds which have been there, in the market, and we are trying to really balance it out. We are looking at how do we really take care of this internally by improving our productivity levels. We're looking at how we can manage our liquidity better, how we can improve our internal efficiencies. We're looking at all cost structures now, whether it's a discretionary cost, how much we can need to spend now, or can we defer the spend. Same way on the capital investment side, we're looking at very minutely where are the discretionary spend which can be deferred maybe to subsequent period. So I think we're trying to balance out the internal targets which have been given to the company, to manage that. And but we do believe this is temporary situation, and we have seen the recessions in the past, so this will also pass. So this is a question of few quarters, and we already seen the commodity price now softening out. The interest rate though has started moving up now. As you've seen, there's another price increase which is taken now. But I think it's again question of matter of time. Maybe given few quarters, I think things will stabilize, and we see the business should come back to the normalcy. So I think there one major change which has happened in our company. I think is the partnership that we did with the Japanese company called Kubota, and it would be good to know. I think the last 2.5 years, the entire the merger, the deal which has happened, the transaction which happened, it was all done offline. So there's no physical meeting involved. I think in the last 2 years, this is the first time we experienced this sort of situation can actually happen. And today we can proudly say they're our partners. They hold almost 40% plus stake in the company, and this all happened in two phases in the last 2.5 years during the COVID period only. Which was something which was a big change, as far as our organization is concerned. Second, I think I'll talk about it on the tech side, especially on the product side, what we are doing now. As you've seen, there's a lot of changes happening on the environmental front, the climate changes are happening, the energy, the use of energy is changing now. So I think we're proud to say we're the first company in the world to commercially launch electric tractors. So we have started exporting those tractors for the last 1.5 years now. And we've been doing it now continuously. And this year we're likely to cross more than 100 crores in turnover in the electric tractor space. So this is one big opportunity which we see, I think, for India as well as for our company, which can actually put India to the global footprint. I mean, going at the target of net zero, I think what the company has set for ourselves. So this is one of the key, I think, initiative from the company side, in terms of making sure the emission norms are minimized. I think it's good to be back. I think we have been only dealing virtually now. So I think good to have a physical connect with the people, with the community at large. And I think it gives a lot of interaction with the like-minded people. You'll come to know of the problem. I think the personal contact which was missing earlier, I think it's really very good really now what we're coming across with meeting all those people. So I think the ED is doing a good job. I think in terms of connecting all the CFOs. So I can share your problem. The solutions are common. I think ultimately, end of the day, I think is everybody's going through the similar challenges. It's good to hear one another and find the solution. I think it's very collaborative approach, I would say, and hats off to ED for doing it.